Did you know that there are signs that can appear months or even a year before a loved one passes away? Many people dismiss these signs because, at first, they seem small, harmless, and insignificant. But what happens when you finally notice them? It's often too late to prepare, and by then, these subtle clues might have been your only chance to act. These signs could be the final opportunities to provide the best care possible, to ensure that the last moments are meaningful, and most importantly, to emotionally prepare for what's coming. The truth is, you can't afford to ignore these signs. In this video, we'll explore 5 crucial signs that commonly appear in the year leading up to the death of an elderly person. These signs might seem like just part of the aging process, but if you catch them early, it can make all the difference. One of the first and most alarming signs is unexplained weight loss. At first, it may seem harmless, perhaps a belt that needs tightening or clothes that fit a little looser. But when weight loss happens rapidly and without trying, this is not normal. It's one of the clearest signals that something deeper is going wrong in the body. The loss of muscle mass and the slowing of nutrient absorption can be a sign that the body is no longer able to process food efficiently. This leads to extreme weakness, a weakened immune system, and even difficulty moving. When weight loss is rapid and unexplained, it often signals that the body is preparing for its final phase, gradually losing the ability to sustain its most vital functions. But don't panic. If you notice this in a loved one, don't push for large meals. Instead, focus on ensuring proper hydration and offer easy-to-digest, nutritious foods. Simple comfort and nutrition are what truly matter. This sign, while alarming, is also a crucial moment to adjust the level of care and make sure your presence is the strongest foundation in these final moments. Another sign that indicates the body is preparing for the end is extreme fatigue and weakness. If an elderly person starts feeling exhausted, even after a good rest, and simple tasks become increasingly difficult, this isn't just a part of getting older, this is a warning sign. The body starts to conserve its energy for more essential functions like sustaining the heart and lungs. Basic tasks that used to be second nature, getting out of bed, walking, or even holding a conversation, become draining. The person may feel completely incapable of handling daily activities, signaling that the body is beginning to slow down its vital functions. Metabolism weakens, and the body enters a survival mode, focusing only on what's necessary for survival. Understand that this isn't just tiredness, it's the body's way of preparing for its final transition. At this point, it's crucial to offer as much emotional and physical support as possible, but don't push them to do more than they can handle. What matters here is to accept their limits, and to create an environment filled with comfort and calm, allowing them to rest when needed. This is a time to cherish moments, focusing on what truly makes their days meaningful. Mental confusion is another incredibly heartbreaking sign, often starting in a subtle way. A person who once had a sharp mind begins to lose track of conversations, forget familiar names or places, or repeat themselves. You may start noticing that they're forgetting recent events or struggling to remember things they once easily recalled. This is a clear indication that blood circulation to the brain is declining, and mental function is deteriorating. The confusion may alternate between brief moments of clarity and periods of complete disorientation. What was once an active, engaged person begins to emotionally withdraw, losing interest in social interactions, hobbies, and even activities that once brought them joy. This is undoubtedly one of the most devastating moments, not just for the person, but for the family as well. The worst part isn't necessarily the memory loss, but the emotional withdrawal. When you notice these signs, resist the urge to force conversations or try to engage them in activities they can no longer keep up with. The best approach is to offer calm, be patient, and give them the space to feel safe and loved, even if they can no longer express it the way they used to. This is a time to be present, even when the words are lost. A decrease in immune function is another clear sign that the body is preparing for its final transition. You may notice that simple things like a cold or sore throat now turn into something much more serious, illnesses that take weeks to heal. Frequent infections, pneumonia, urinary tract infections, skin infections, become more common, and the body loses its ability to fight infections. Additionally, wounds begin to heal more slowly or fail to heal at all, because circulation is compromised. These signs are frightening, but instead of pushing aggressively to cure the infections, focus on comfort. Offer gentle care, keep the skin clean, hydrated, and avoid unnecessary stress. The goal is not to cure, but to ensure they are comfortable, pain-free, and at peace. This stage calls for compassionate care, focusing on easing their pain rather than prolonging suffering. Finally, one of the most visible signs that death is approaching is a change in breathing patterns and circulation. This may begin with difficulty breathing, even while at rest. Breathing may become shallow and slow, with long pauses in between. You may notice that their hands, feet, and even their face feel cold and pale, as if the body is prioritizing vital organs. These changes occur because the heart is no longer pumping with the same force, and circulation to the extremities begins to decrease. This is a clear signal that the body is preparing for its final transition. While this sign can be terrifying, the most important thing is to ensure comfort. Keep the room calm, adjust their position to help with breathing, and if necessary, provide medical support to ease the difficulty. Helping them feel safe and loved is what matters most during this time. These 5 signs are often the first to appear, and they may seem subtle at first, but they are clear indicators that the body is preparing for the final transition. By recognizing them early, you can not only improve the care you provide, but also make the last moments more meaningful, and emotionally prepare yourself and your family for what's to come. The key is not to ignore the signs but to recognize them with love and compassion, ensuring that every moment you spend together is cherished and meaningful. If you're seeing these changes in a loved one, know that you are not alone. Understanding these signs can help you face the future not with fear, but with dignity, love, and presence. In the end, what matters most isn't how they were, but how you loved and cared for them until the very end. If you found this video valuable and would like more tips on how to care for your loved ones during difficult times, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell. Your support helps us continue creating content to help you prepare for these important situations.